Welcome back to Lowend University. It's time for another bonus episode where I do a random drawing featuring all the requests I received over on Patreon last month. Let's jump right in, do this drawing. Last month, we received 278 requests. So let's jump over here to the RNG, 1 through 278, and whatever's on line 66. Route 66 is what we're hearing today. That is Mute. No, one away. I know Bates Motels gets requested. This is CRASS, Punk is Dead, requested by David Sabaya. 36 votes, which is pretty high, but not enough to win usually. That's why we do these. Punk is Dead, CRASS, that's the winner today. Congrats to David. Let's jump over and see what they are all about. Punk is Dead. Less than 2 minutes. Usually the topic songs are better. I was going to say better quality. The newer reissue uploads. Okay, let's jump in. Woo! It's just loud. There's so much high end in the drums, but it really makes that bass line pop. Something like that. Whew. Okay, that caught me off guard. This is a very strange production. It almost feels so lopsided. I feel like the bass, the vocals, and the high end of the drums is like one unit, just so loud. And then you have the guitar, like, if you really look for it, it's way in the background somewhere, just kind of filling in some space. But there's such like a snap, crackle, pop thing about the snare and such. And then again, this is another case where I guess the vocals are kind of riding one note. This kind of thing, more talking, I don't want to say rapping, but just kind of riding on one note, lots of words, less pitches. Then the bass is kind of the melody. Some kind of little rhythm there. Okay, it's a short song. Let me just roll into this again. And then after that main groove, we go up to E flat, which is a tritone, a flat fifth away from kind of A, which is that the tonic? Is that where we're living? Is that home base? Because it goes up to E flat, D sharp, then F. So some dissonant type of jumping around too, just in the root notes, I suppose. Okay, and I've kind of missed this guitar thing happening that is loud. It's two different guitar parts. It's almost clashing or playing a slight out of tune or pitch away from the bass line. So it just enters with this really grating type of thing. Yeah, right channel is what I'm talking about. So vocal static, everything else. This very much kind of has that drive like Jehu thing where it's like, where do you focus your attention? E flat. I think the bass did something like that. Weird arpeggios to throw in there. I guess anything goes here because it's like there's no bottom end. I mean, there's the bass, of course, but there's no like overall implied where we're living in a root note sense, a chord progression sense, but even a riff sense. So it's like the bass line is your lifeline musically. Everything else is contributing to this kind of more abrasive texture. The guitars are just kind of doing whatever. Now that I listen, I kind of hear a second part that's kind of outlining the bass line, but I almost feel like it's a half step off at times. And it's so hard to tune out this drum. It's like, almost sounds like a sampled snare, like drum machine with all the high end. It's right here in your eardrum. And like the kick drum, I guess a big part of it too is that you don't hear this big boomy kick drum kind of enveloping everything. So it's just like a lopsided upside down teardrop type of production. Very unique. Very something I'm not used to. It's just like a train, like a locomotive train rolling. The drums are just weird for me. It's a strange way to present them. And I love hearing things I'm not used to. And we have these, like an E flat 7, F7. The only reason I'm getting into the theory and the numbers and all that stuff is just to kind of understand how they're looking at whatever group of notes they're presenting, because it's very A blues. You just don't hear that full conclusion. So technically the E flat or D sharp is in there in this chromaticism, but it's just a jarring. I would almost call this a bit atonal. It kind of is implying a different root note every time, but these notes are just interesting. Then it goes right back to it. It's got a groovy, catchy thing about it. I think the drum's kind of implying that that kind of swing feel really makes the bass line groove. Kind of pop. The bass is a little behind the beat here. It almost kind of feels like it's coming apart at the seams. I mean, this definitely sounds like a case where I would kick on the overdrive. I would pull out a lot of like low end, almost get that kind of nastier, but maybe with not so much high end. So I might take my tone knob off. I kind of want that mid range. It's almost kind of thuddy and farty, if you will. That's even too much there. So I might add this. Maybe less tone knob. Maybe less than that. Let's see. Less jazz pickup. Kind of want this kind of character about it. If I really dig in, I kind of get some of the high end to come out, but otherwise it's... That's kind of what I'm after. Rubbery in a way. Punk is dead. Is it dead? Well, Crass seems to believe punk is dead. Is punk dead? Wow. It kind of has that grating, noisy kind of thing. But again, I feel like the abrasive elements you just can't ignore are almost what the band wants you to feel the most. But as I found with other tracks like this, the more you wade through it, there's actually some really fun musical things happening. This is a really groovy kind of thing. Kind of has this, it's at the good tempo. It kind of makes it's almost like danceable in a way. But as is the case with some of these bands, if you're not going looking for that kind of musicality, it just can kind of sound noisy and not good. But I think I'm understanding this twofold thing they're doing. It's very two-tone, right? You strip away a lot of the top end, the higher end instruments, and the rhythm section always has something really cool going on. And it just depends if you want to tune some things out and listen to that, or just get with the whole noisy feeling thing. And again, vocally, it's just not my favorite style. I even think at times the vocalist was kind of out of time, just slurring over the rhythms. The bass line was a bit behind the beat at times. I get that it's not supposed to be perfect. I totally understand. But from my end, I find it fascinating to try to get into the heads of these musicians and hear what they were imagining when they set out to record this or write this. So that's a big part of understanding the style and the dialect, if you will, of these scenes I really haven't heard much of. So CRASS, Punk is Dead. And I appreciate you, David, for requesting this one. It's a band name I do see quite often. Have not made it into the votes or gotten around to putting them on the list. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Come support the channel, be a member on Patreon, and do full albums every month, courses, and if that's not your jam, well, we now have a merch store. Get you some swag, shirts, phone cases, coffee mugs, fridge magnets, hats, hoodies, everything. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I love you all. We'll see you in the next one.